welcome you to the class of 1923 arena here on the campus of the University of Pennsylvania, where the Drexel Dragons play host to the Navy Midshipmen in some ACHA D1 action. Hello and welcome to SFBN. My name's Jack Suzanne, and so happy to be with you tonight. These two teams know each other quite well after taking on each other last night. That was a 4-2 win for Drexel down in Annapolis, and that game got pretty chippy. 3 game misconducts and 1 additional disqualification, 2 for each team. I know everyone is hoping that does not happen tonight, but it was a 4-2 win for Drexel. Most of the action came in that third period. 3 goals for the Dragons, 2 for the Midshipmen. That one early goal in the first period scored by Matt Harris. 2 changes, for Drexel in their uniforms, wearing their alternates tonight. Ryan Nocerino is in goal, but wearing number 31 instead of 35. Santiago Tiberio is wearing number 16 instead of number 26, and we're underway. Puck is dropped here in Philadelphia. This puck played deep by Navy, wearing blue. Drexel in gold. This is William Mikolas, passes it alongside to Jimmy Jacobs. Battle for it on the board, still in the Navy zone. Midshipman got a look here, shot on goal, save there by Nocerino. That was taken quickly by Bobby Cunningham. Here is Cunningham down low. Quick pass around by the Midshipman, shot on goal, save again, Nocerino. Good start for the netminder for the Dragons. Facing a couple early shots. He had a nice night last night, saving 20 of the 22 shots that he faced. Gives both teams an opportunity to change, and here come the Midshipmen the other way. Butler she's in now. Tries to send it back and does. This is Benny Wild. That puck is played out of play. Face off here. Won by the Dragons, but only gets out as far as Navy and Woud. And his shot couldn't get to the goalie, I should say. Drexel really having trouble clearing the puck so far, as it still is bouncing around in the middle. Can't get it past the blue line. A long shift for these Drexel defenders. This puck gets behind here. This is Patrick Laughlin. And collected again by Drexel. So here come the Dragons up the ice. Can't do anything with it though. Evan Mudrick trying to control it. Eventually it goes out of play and it'll just be sent in by Drexel. Allows everyone the chance for a quick change. Mudrick still on the ice, tried to get there, it could not. As Navy just takes it behind just over 2 minutes into this one. Been a fast start to it. Good poke check there, but here comes Navy the other way. This is Ian Caddy. He has it stripped from him. Now it's the Dragons' turn on the attack. It's 21, Andrew Body along the boards. He lets go of it. And it's picked up by Navy. They get it past their own blue line. Being forced to reset are the Dragons. Pass now set. That's onside. Here's an opportunity. 1-on-1. The shot saved. Nocerino. That's Sam Zimmerman with the best look of the night. Puck along the boards now. And eventually play is blown dead. Both teams getting the opportunity to get some fresh skates on. .12 to go in period number 1. 3 shots on goal already for the Midshipmen. They keep it in play here. Shot deflected. And not anywhere near the get. That was Jason Fisher there trying to close to net. Navy getting it right back. Can't do anything with it, though, and Drexel will clear their lines with Ryan Sambuco. Here's Sambuco chasing after it again. He passes it around the back of the goal. Tries to get it back here. Sambuco, the shot just wide. Back towards the middle. Nothing doing there. And the play is blown dead. So face off here. Right side of the goal. Drexel will have to find a new man for it. That'll be Sambuco. He gets it back. The shot taken. Save initially there by the goalie, Smargiassi. That's Valen Smargiassi. Different from Nate Schmidt, who was in goal last night. Pass down low. Nothing doing. And collected by Navy. Jason Fisher now. Fisher skating up and just dumps it in. Serino passes it back around. Second night in a row in goal for Serino. That one deflected forward, and this should be icing. So icing the call here, just over 4 minutes into this one. 15:55 left in the first period. Puck dropped. Drexel looking to send it forward, and they do, but it's out of play. On the deflection, so we'll do it again. Smack in position, both these teams go. This time Navy takes control, sends it back around. Battle for it along the boards. And flicked forward by Drexel. And along it goes. A race for it here. Anton Kodzicki's going to win it, send it towards the middle. Pietro Baccarin couldn't find it. But here come the Dragons again. Here's Mudrick. Mudrick, the shot, save made by Smargiassi, and he freezes that one. It will result in a face-off here. Mudrick. The man in the middle for Drexel as that one quickly back towards the Navy goal. Not kept in by Drexel, so they'll have to reset here. This for Navy's Fisher. He's had a lot of time on the ice so far today. Sent forward now. And back behind the Drexel goal. Serini takes care of things. It's a bad pass towards the middle, though. And dumped down by Navy. Let's see if they get a look. They won't. Still a battle for it now. It's frozen by Serino. All right, Serino from Coram, New York, has had a very nice start to this game and this year. It'll be Cunningham on the faceoff for Navy. Adam Lazine for Drexel. The Dragons look to win it. They're pinned along the boards. And eventually they take it back. Sent down along. Smargiassi sends it along the boards. Still in Drexel's control, though. Smargiassi eventually finds it right under him. Good save there. The game, say it's slowed down a bit ever since those frantic first 2 minutes. Drexel definitely taken more control, you'd have to say. Navy had really all the puck and all the opportunities in those first couple minutes. Couple guys going a bit early there. To wait a second, and we're back underway. With Navy controlling the puck. Midshipman coming forward, the shot taken wide by Cheeson. And eventually it's going to be played out of the blue line, out of the zone. As Navy will reset here, they're coming forward. The whistle will blow. And I believe we will have face off here after our first penalty, it looks like, of the night. Pointed to the elbow. Can't quite see who went into the box. But Drexel playing a man down. The next 2 minutes. It's called on number 3, Ryan Lippy, for elbowing. So Navy on the power play here. Can they take advantage? They have a shot here. Good save. No Serino. That's again Butler Chesson, a Winnetka, Illinois native. That one stopped. It's interesting when you see Service Academy, especially Navy. You got guys from all over the country. You know, Drexel, a lot of the players from the Philadelphia area. Some, of course, from around different places, but a lot of them from the Philadelphia area. Navy, they're really from all over as they get ready to serve our country. Pass towards the middle there. Nothing doing by Cunningham. As it just will go all the way back to the goalie. Drexel will get the opportunity for a line change here. Here they come forward, the midshipman, that is. Here's Chesson. He was offsides there. I think a Navy man and Patrick Laughlin went too early. So 13:04, a minute 9 left on the power play. Here are the midshipmen. Puck sent forward, nothing doing. Pass around. This now for Navy is Millenette. Sean Millenette passes it to Josh Reed. Pass down towards the middle. Millenette with a look, couldn't find anything. Still 38 seconds left on the power play. Pass far wing here. Pass sent towards the middle. Andrew Penka had a look at it. Right on the doorstep, but couldn't convert. Now another look for Penka, and again, that one deflected. 19 seconds left power play now. Here's Penka. Pass back towards top of the zone. There's Reed. Shot towards the middle. Penka, nothing doing as the puck's covered up. See a little pleasantries being exchanged. 2 seconds left on the power play. 2 left on the power play. As Ryan Lippy gets ready to exit the box in 2 seconds. Can Navy get one last shot off? They're going to try, and it's taken wide by Renby Fernald, the Annapolis native. Pass back towards the middle. It's deflected out. Puck sent deep. And passed around the zone. Now at mid-ice in the neutral zone, Navy has it. it's Millinette. Looking down low, it'll be Nocerino, the Drexel netminder, who sends it out wide. Adam Wallstrom now sends it back up top, shot towards goal, nothing doing there. That was Jason Fisher again. Here is Jason Fisher. Passes it, can't get anything. Fisher, another look wide. Now Drexel trying to hit him on the counterattack. They can't. As Drexel will take control again here. And the puck's just played out of play there. Just under 11 minutes to go, 10:46 to be exact, no score, Navy and Drexel. Josh Reed to take the faceoff, along with Matt Harris. Sent in deep by Drexel. That's collected by Jimmy Jacobs. Now Harris. Matt Harris, the first goal scorer last night, sends it towards the middle, and just wide it went. Now Harris again with it in the corner. And it's picked away by Navy. Drexel tries to control it. They do. It's Hayden Surratt. Looking down. Harris trying to fight for it. Gets a shot off, save made by Smar Giassi. Before icing's called there on Navy. Both teams getting good looks so far. Face-off taken and won by Navy. Here come the midshipmen the other way. Mason Rudden goes back all the way to Jack Tuchel, but he loses it. Adam Lazine in there for Navy, couldn't control it. Puck goes back behind for Navy. Mason Rudden has it taken away, set back towards the middle by Drexel. Again, nothing there. Still a battle for it. It will eventually be controlled by Navy, or excuse me, Drexel. Body tried to get it and couldn't, and gives it back to the midshipman. This now is Douglas Carr. Carr sending it forward, shot right glove side of Nocerino. Makes an easy save. Now Navy coming the other way. This is Chasson. Sent back, Dane Smoder. Smoder cross ice. Getting it back, here they come the other way. Shot towards the middle. Looking there for Patrick Laughlin. Doing a good job. There was no Sereno to disrupt things. Threat not over yet. Laughlin fighting for it, can't win it. And it is collected by Jason Fisher. Here is Fisher. He's been all over the ice today. Still Fisher. Fisher shooting. Easy save with the pad. For Nocerino. Coming back around is Navy. Pass towards the middle there. Nothing doing for Millinette. Here is Millinette. Trying to get rid of the puck. He does, but it's to Drexel. Anton Kozitsky coming the other way. Good poke check there by Jason Fisher. Maybe trying to come the other way, but they can't. Oh, again, trying to play a pass. There was Lippy. He couldn't. Maybe taking control, but it goes back to Lippy. Lippy can't fully regain it. As Navy's going to get it back. But it's taken away quickly by Drexel. Here they come the other way. It's Jacobs. Jimmy Jacobs has to slow things down, put on the brakes, and it's taken away by Navy. Here they come the other way. Malhouse had his pocket picked. As the Dragons will take over yet again. Sambuco to Harris, back to Sambuco and on goal. Good positioning there by Smargiassi. And a whistle blows. And I believe we might have a problem with the goal. That is the case. We'll just do a regular face-off here. 6:32 remaining in period number 1. Puck sent towards the middle. Harris with a look at it. Save made there by Smargiassi. One sent around and collected by Dane Smoter. Here is Smoter. That was Rudin. And collected again by Matt Harris. The Drexel captain lost it. And it's collected by Jason Fisher. Now again with the Dragons. Here they come again. It's Navy. It's Fisher. Puck sent towards goal. Nothing doing. Another glove save made there by No Sereno, and with 5:25 left, still no score. But Navy has had the better of the opportunities here in period number 1. 14-7 they lead in shots on goal. And they win this face-off here. Another shot. This one taken just wide by Benny Woud. Drexel trying to regain control, and they do, sending it long. This could be a look for Kozitsky. He puts it on net, but blocked away by the pad of Smargiassi. This now for Navy's Millinette. He has it taken. Puck sent forward there. Nothing's doing. Kozitsky fighting for it, can't get to it. And that's going to be an interference call on Navy. That's Robbie Fernald. He's going to have to go to the box here, as Drexel will be on the power play. He just hit, I believe that was Kozitsky. And nowhere near the puck. That's going to get a call every time. And a 2-minute minor for the Annapolis man, Renby Fernald, excuse me. Dragons coming back. Their first power play of the night. They got a good look at a goal here. And the stick save made there off this shot by Sambuco. Sambuco gets it back here at the point. Passed around here. This is Baccarin. Baccarin has it again. Down low it goes, looking for Baccarin there. Was Jimmy Jacobs, but couldn't find him as that puck is cleared all the way down. Navy survives the first attack from Drexel. But still 1:24 left in the power play. Passes it far side. Here's Matt Harris. Sent back, Baccarin. Middle shot, Sambuco, glove save. 3:57 left in the first period, 1:15 left on the first power play of the night for the Dragons. Pass sent forward. And cleared away. Good job by Navy again. Here's Hayden Surratt. Surratt with it. Trying to come forward. Eventually gets it to Kazitsky. Now with Hutchinson. Opportunity here. Blocker save rebound. Couldn't be controlled by Lazine. And now let's see if Navy gets a shorthanded look. Here come the midshipmen the other way. The shot just wide. That was Millinette. 30 seconds left in the Drexel power play here. They've had a couple of looks, but still nothing finding the back of the net for either side. 15 seconds left in the power play as it's sent back. Here's Harris. Matt Harris skating forward. Harris cutting it back towards Sambuco. His shot saved. Power play over. And out of the box comes Fernald. This is Fisher. He has his pocket picked there by Sambuco. Pass down low, nothing doing there for Jacobs. Now back up top. Here comes Navy the other way. Hounded there and forced to give it up. Here's Lachlan. Gives it away. Here's McNichols. Big hit as Jacobs is taken down. It's all clean though. Under 2 to go now in period number 1. Still no score, Navy and Drexel. Ian Caddy with it. He shoots, it's saved right at no Serino. Boy, he has been a busy man tonight. But he has been up to the task for all 16 he's faced so far. Here is Navy again. Now House, that one deflected out of play. It's late in the first period, earlier than this, but late in the first period where Matt Harris got the goal last night. Sent towards the middle, nothing doing. Coming the other way now is Drexel. Excuse me, that pass was on Woud, or that penalty earlier was on Benny Woud, not Fernald. Fernald wearing number 12, although there are two 18s on the roster. Fernald is wearing number 12. Apologies for that. Now coming forward and sent wide there by Wallstrom. Under a minute to go now in the first period. Still a battle for it. And that's going to be a penalty called against Navy. And that's on the captain and Bobby Cunningham. So Cunningham goes to the box with 43 seconds left. They'll close the period on a power play unless, of course, they get a goal before then. Harris to take the face-off on the power play unit here. So a 2-minute penalty on Cunningham. Harris has it. Drexel 0 for 1 on the power play tonight. As here is Matt Harris. Harris couldn't control it, tries to backhand it towards goal, but it's snuffed by Smargiassi. So 31 6 left in period number 1. Sambuco to take the face-off here. Here's Harris. Harris doing a little 1-2 action with Kazitsky there. Kazitsky again. Pass towards the middle of the shot. What a save that is. Somehow Smargiassi dove and made that save, and he robbed Baccarin of the game's first goal with 11.8 left in period number 1. Face off again here. Not too much time remaining. Here's the shot. That's Benjamin Burkhand. Nothing doing there. With 1 second left, that will do it for the first period. So an action-packed first period. A couple words are being exchanged there between the two teams right at the end of proceedings here, but that will do it for period number 1. No score, but a lot of action between Navy and Drexel. We'll take a break. You're watching ACHA Hockey here on SFPN. And we welcome you back to the class of 1923 arena as the Drexel Dragons and Navy Midshipmen take the ice again. No score after one period of play. Here as you're watching ACHA hockey on SFBN, my name's Jack Suzanne, so happy to be with you on this Saturday in October. Season just getting started. Again, these two teams met last night. Drexel was on top of Navy 4-2. Most of the action, though, came in that third period. No scoring in the second period. Matt Harris did get one in the first, but nothing doing tonight. As Drexel will start on the power play, wearing their gold jerseys, going from left to right. As it's Bobby Cunningham, the captain, again in the box for a call late in that first period. 1:17 remaining on the power play. Face off, and we're back underway here for the second period of hockey between Drexel and Navy. Dragons looking to control things on the power play, and here is Kodzicki sending it forward. Pass around, Jimmy Jacobs has it. Jacobs sends it back, he gets crushed into the boards. Back up top for Burkan. This is Ryan Sambuco. Sambuco back to Burkan. Sambuco, the shot, it's blocked. Now could Navy come the other way? This is Ian Caddy. Caddy with the shot, glove save made there by Ryan Nocerino, who's been very good in goal tonight for Drexel. Drexel wins the faceoff. 34 seconds left on the power play. Here they come the other way. This is Sambuco sent towards the middle, looking for Jacobs. Couldn't find him. Here is Jimmy Jacobs, though, eventually getting it and losing it. Just forgot it. Sambuco tries to deflect it to keep it in. He won't. And now Navy potentially coming the other way, but a good play last second defending there from Drexel and Burkan. Pass towards the middle, shot no good. Burkan again slapping at it. As there are 3 seconds left on the power play. Here they come in, an opportunity, a shot and a goal! Ryan Sambuco's been a threat all night, and he finally tickles the twine there. 1-0 Dragons. Sambuco gets the Dragons on the board, 1-0. Just at the end of that power play. Now here's Navy looking to respond. They can't on this attack, and here comes Drexel the other way. Midshipman looking to come back across. Eventually deflected away by Drexel. That's Lathan Hutchinson. Puck sent forward. It was deflected, so no icing. But it is collected anyways by Navy and Jason Fisher. Fisher was one of Navy's better players in that first period. Lost the puck there. It's sent forward, but Navy will still be back there to collect it with Sam Riddle. Puck sent forward. Being passed around the back by Drexel. Kept in by Navy. Shot towards the middle. Nothing doing as that one's wide. Puck sent forward. It's going to stay on net, so no icing. This is Josh Reed. Puck sent towards the net. It's frozen by the goalkeeper, Smargiassi. 17 minutes left here in period number 2, and a 1-0 lead for Drexel, thanks to the man taking the face-off, Ryan Sambuco. Battle for it here. Harris trying to win it for Drexel. He can't. Now it's Sambuco between the legs. Harris gets it back. Back to Sambuco. Pass towards the middle. Nothing doing. And passed out. Pass sent back behind goal. Nothing doing there. Here's Ryan Sambuco, the goal scorer. Great pass up forward. He's looking for his man in Jacobs and has him. Jacobs has Harris in the middle. Should he choose to use him? He doesn't. And the shot's deflected wide. Now Navy looking to come fast the other way. It's Chesson. Gets it off to Benny Woud. That one's deflected out. Sambuco was crushed into the boards. He's slow to get up here. Face off here, taken and won by Laughlin. Pass went back to Fisher, who just couldn't get good control on the shot. Here is Jason Fisher, though, still on it. That's Renby Fernald, excuse me. Pass sent behind as Navy gets the chance to switch their lines here. Come the midshipman the other way with Fisher. He lost it, still stayed in the zone, but again Drexel collecting it before danger could hit. Pass forward there, looking for the man in Mudrick, couldn't find him. Now Navy coming the other way, good defending there by Drexel and Hayden Surratt. Battle for it in the neutral zone. And it's picked up by Drexel. This is Hutchinson. Hutchinson loses it. And collected by Navy. Huge hit there. And Drexel getting it right back. That was Surratt there on the hit. Here comes Drexel the other way. Another huge hit this time delivered by Navy, and Wallstrom. Game getting more physical now. Big hit along the boards. Actually, the whistle's going to go here. It was Millinette in there, but a penalty is called against Drexel. That's Andrew Body going to the box, and Navy will have the man advantage. They're 0 for 1 tonight. Pass towards the middle. First look on the power play. Nothing doing. That one's cleared out of the zone. Good work there by Drexel to mitigate that first threat. Obviously still plenty of time left on the power play. Pass towards the middle. Shot high by Laughlin. This is Fisher. Fisher sending it towards the middle. Good hit laid down, but a goal is scored. Bobby Cunningham just got his stick on it and found the back of the net. We're all knotted up at 1. Bobby Cunningham, right place, right time. 1-1 your score. Both teams with a power play goal here in period number 2. And we're back underway. Cunningham had a goal last night as well, also on the power play. Sent forward, Navy looking for more here, this time at even strength. It's 24 Ian Caddy going at it. Caddy pass towards the middle and another goal for Navy. Andrew Penka. It's 2 in rapid succession for the midshipmen as they lead 2-1. Penko with the goal there. And all of a sudden the game has completely turned on its head. 2-1, midshipmen. They have it now. Fisher, pass. That's Millinette missing wide. Fisher fighting for it again. Now Wallstrom has it. Bobby Cunningham, pass towards the middle, looking for Millinette, couldn't find him. Here's Fisher again. Jason Fisher tries to find Woud. Now Drexel coming the other way. Here's Kazitsky. Kazitsky dancing around a man. Kazitsky can't get anything there. And here's a quick shot. Nothing doing there, and here comes Navy the other way. That shot taken by Fernald. Nothing doing. Goalkeeper Serino out quickly there to get it. Here come the Dragons again. The shot there, pushed wide by Hutchinson. Nathan Hutchinson going at it again. Pass towards the middle. No shot there. Here's Hutchinson trying at it again. Still nothing. Satoru Eto also in there as that one's dumped out of play. It'll be a face-off for Drexel and Navy here in the Drexel attacking zone. And they get it here. Harris can't find a look. Pass along the boards. Somehow stays in play. This is Fernald. Renby Fernald. Still has it. Passes it looking towards the middle. Nothing doing there. Drexel gets it back. Pass forward, staying onside. There's Sambuco. He's already got one. This one, though, deflected high. Battle for it right on that blue line. As Sambuco gets it back. Here's Harris. Chipped in towards the middle, and Jacobs. Jacobs looking for it. Can't get anything going there. Good hit down low. But danger still there. That's Ian Caddy. Now Jacobs for Drexel. Jacobs pushed it away. Good defending there by the midshipman. Under 10 minutes to go, over halfway through this second period. A lot more action-packed goal-wise than that first one. Navy with 2 goals, Drexel with 1. Pass forward here. That one get out of the zone. It did, so they'll be forced to give it up. Drexel, that is. So here is Jason Fisher, excuse me. Pass sent forward, looking for it and fighting for it is Kodzicki. Can't find anyone there until it finds Lippy. Pass down low, Kodzicki has it, couldn't find an angle. That pass sent towards the middle, nothing doing. And Navy will collect. Bobby Cunningham coming the other way, his shot wide. Still in the Drexel defending zone here, is now they're going to finally have the chance to get out with Luzine. Behind the goal here. Navy looking to come the other way quickly. Pass towards the middle, opportunity there. But a good poke check. That was Butler Chesson there who had the best look at it. A good pass also from Laughlin. Puck being passed around here. Midshipmen have it. Nauhaus coming forward. He's offsides and will reset everything here. So we're getting a bit physical. With 7:32 to go. So after the offsides, puck will be dropped closer to center ice. Excuse me, was that a penalty? They did call the penalty against Navy there. So it'll be a power play for Drexel. Call goes against Nauhaus. So 2-minute power play here. Is that one? It's going to be blown dead. Pass around. Here's Kodzicki. Sent forward. Nothing doing. Pass towards the middle. Shot by Jacobs. No good. And the goal is dislodged. Drexel 1 for 2 on the power play tonight. Scored on their most recent one. Looking to make it 2 for 3. Now puck towards Navy in their attacking zone. They have a shorthanded opportunity here. Wrapping around was Caddy. He couldn't find it though. So he's still showing pressure here. Matt Harris gets rid of it. Here's Jacobs coming the other way. Jacobs there. Poke check still remains with it. Jacobs looking for the shot. That one's saved. Here's Jacobs again. Excuse me, that's Kozitsky. Now Harris. Kozitsky back to Harris. 46 seconds left on the power play. Pass towards the middle. Back to the slot. The shot, the goal! Matt Harris at it again. The captain evened things up with a power play goal. All tied up at 2. Matt Harris. Back-to-back games with a goal for him. He had one last night. Also had 2 assists last night. A really nice night for him last night and a good night so far tonight. That one sent long. Looking for it is Bacher, and he's going to get there. Bacher loses it. Now coming towards the middle, here's an opportunity for Navy. The shot, good save made there by Nocerino. That was Chesson on the shot. Still a battle for it in the neutral zone. Controlled eventually by Navy. Fisher's shot deflected wide. 5 minutes left here in period number 2. Pass down low, nothing doing there, and eventually cleared away. And this could be an opportunity here for Jimmy Jacobs. Jacobs has it. Jacobs trying to deke around the goalie and can't. And a whistle goes. Are they going to say Jacobs was pushed at the end of that? Or at the beginning of it, I should say. I think they might be. It's going to be a penalty shot here, too. It's Benny Wild going to the box for the second time tonight. Say no penalty shot, but it is a power play. Drexel now 2 for 3 on theirs tonight. Looking to take advantage of another one. Kozitsky. Sambuco loses it. Here's Sambuco again. Now Harris just scored a power play goal a couple of minutes ago. Harris again sends it back up top. Angling for a shot at Sambuco. Didn't get all of that one. Here they come the other way with Harris. Burkhan shot. Puck spilled in front, and it's a goal. Matt Harris again. Harris gives the Dragons the lead. His second goal this period. Second power play goal as well. 3-2 Drexel. Back and forth we go in period number 2. That's going to be a trip potentially there. Yes, it is. So right after the power play goal for Drexel, Navy will have their opportunity here as Santiago Tiberio is going to have to go to the box after the trip. Navy scored on their most recent power play. Can they do it again here? There's a shot wide there by Jason Fisher, excuse me. Fisher gets it back. This is Woud. Pass down low here, deflected around. That was a good look for Cunningham. Pass back up top. The shot, pad save, and cleared away by Drexel there. That was number 19, Dylan Nauhaus on the shot. Now another opportunity here. The shot is bounced around and scored. Cunningham got it around the goalkeeper in Nocerino, who just couldn't control it, and Bobby Cunningham has his second of the period. 3-3 game. Well, if you like back and forth hockey, you like this game. Another power play and another goal. It's been the power play that's been the key. That one deflected towards goal, nothing doing. That one a shot, nothing doing again. That was Fisher in there again. Now Jacobs coming the other way. Kodzicki that was, trying to get around and couldn't do it. Coming forward again is Navy. Again the shot, and an opportunity for Chesson goes bearing now 44 seconds left. Reed has it, sent wide. Chesson back up top. The shot towards goal was deflected by Chesson. Another save made, Nocerino, and he wisely sits on top of this one. 31 seconds left here in a 3-3 game. In period number 2. I would go nowhere if I were you before this third period. Still something left to be said, though, about the end of this second, with 20 seconds left. Here's Woud sending it towards goal, deflected wide there by Nocerino. Ian Caddy, back to Woud. Woud sent towards the middle. That one deflected wide. Penka in there, and it's cleared away. And that will do it for period number 2. Well, a lot different than period number 1, you have to say. 3 goals apiece, all here in the second period. Do not go anywhere, folks. We're all tied up at 3, going to period number 3. Stay with us here. You're watching Drexel and Navy ACHA hockey on SFBN. we welcome you back to the class of 1923 arena here on the campus of the University of Pennsylvania. Drexel and Navy all tied up at 3 here. Jack Suzanne with you for SFBN. As it was a very entertaining second period between these two teams. Three goals apiece after nothing in the first. But who will have more in the third? That's what it's going to come down to. A lot of power play goals in that second period, so it's going to come down to staying out of the penalty box for both of these teams. As the puck is dropped and we're underway here in period number 3. All to play for here is Jason Fisher will ice it forward towards the goaltender. And no Sereno. Here's Harris. He'll send it forward. Going after it is Sambuco. He can't get to it, and Navy takes over. Midshipman coming the other way. That shot wide by Michaelis. Here's Fernald. Renby Fernald with it. Being pressured there. And it's won back by Drexel. But quickly a shot and a goal out of nothing. Navy takes the lead. It's Butler Chesson out of absolutely nothing. Gives Navy a 4-3 lead. How in the world did he find that? That's what happens if you're a defending team. You can't leave pucks over in the middle of your defensive zone. That's what'll happen. And now Navy has the lead. 4-3 on the goal by Chesson. Under a minute into this third period. And what a start for the midshipmen. But looking to bounce right back. Here's Mudrick. Now Baccarin. Baccarin has it. Sending it towards the middle. Nothing doing, though, and it's deflected out. Broken stick there. Now Navy's on the counterattack here. That one dumped wide. That's 25 Surratt playing without a stick. He's off now. Now coming forward are the midshipmen. That's 21, Tuchel. And that puck is iced by the Dragons, so it'll be a face-off in the attacking zone for Navy. Four 3 midshipmen, under 18 to go in the third period. That shot towards goal, pad save. No Sereno. Pass along the boards, now sent into the neutral zone. Stays along the boards here as it goes back to No Sereno. Lazine sends it forward. And the whistle is going to go here. I think that's going to be a penalty on Navy. Sam Riddle commits the penalty there, and we said this could come down to penalty minutes. And Sam Riddle heads to the box there, and Drexel will go on the power play where they've been so dangerous tonight. Here's Kozitsky. Still Anton Kozitsky. Passes it back. Now it's Jacobs. Jimmy Jacobs. Back up top here. Burkhan. Back to Jacobs. Up top, Sambuco loses it. Navy coming the other way. It's Ian Caddy. Ian Caddy one-on-one with the goaltender. He pushes it wide. Puck loose there. Picked up by Drexel. And I think that's going to be a penalty against Caddy. He was a little rough there coming off the ice, or getting up off the ice. Or are they both going to the box? They're both going to go in. That's Caddy. And that is Burkhan. So we'll still be 5-on-4 here. Still Drexel with the advantage for a minute 16 longer. and 24 in the box for Navy. So there's an opportunity for Drexel. The shot. Is it loose? And it's goal! How did that fall for Jimmy Jacobs? But it did. And Jacobs ties it up at 4. Penalties, penalties, penalties. Those are the key. And have been the key all night. And another power play goal for the Dragons gives them another tie game at 4. As that ball goes on the ice and into the glove of Nocerino. So 4-4, we're all tied up. 16-10 left in this game. I have a feeling we're going to see at least one more goal in this third period. Harris giving chase to this, and it'll just be frozen by Smargiassi there. Here's the most recent goal scorer, Jacobs. And that pass is cleared away, and it'll go out for icing. So we're all tied up. 15:44 remaining. We're back underway. Pass back up top, shot one time. Save there. Goes back to Surratt. That one's deflected up and out of play. Pass sent towards the corner. Battle for it, won by Navy. Pass deflected along. Sent back in, deflected out. 15 minutes left in this one. Who can find a winner? Deflected up in the air. Into the corner it goes. Now it's Baccarin. Pietro Baccarin loses it. Sent forward, looking for that cross-ice pass. Really nicely done here. It's Kozitsky. Pass it to Surratt. Surratt firing right at goal. Easy save there for Smargiassi. So face off here. And it's won by Drexel. They'll just take it out of their zone, reset everything. That one is sent down towards goal. It'll be icing. So another face-off in the attacking zone for Drexel, as they look to try and get that goal that would put them ahead. Back underway. Shot towards goal. Good blocker save. Here comes Navy 2-on-2 the other way. Cleared away. And picked up by Drexel. Sambuco sent towards the middle. Deflected wide. Here now for Navy is Caddy. He sends that forward, and just catching it will be no Sereno. So we'll do a face-off down into the Navy attacking half. Here they come the other way. Pass deflected towards the middle. That's Kozitsky trying it there. Here's Wallstrom for Navy. Sent forward. Deflected here, and forward it goes. Here's Kozitsky again, coming in on goal. The goal is loose. Right as Baccarin was in there. Puck dropped again. That one goes wide. Shot down low, deflected up and away there by Harris. So 4-4 game, 12-10 left. We're back underway. Battle for it in the attacking zone there. Great hit by Drexel. That was 27, Michaelis. Pass towards the middle, nothing doing there, and here come the midshipmen the other way. It's Caddy. Caddy's shot deflected. Caddy back towards goal. Nothing doing as it's out of the danger area. Coming back the other way is Drexel. That's Hutchinson. Mudrick with it. Sent forward. Still a battle for it as it gets to the neutral zone. All the way back to the goaltender for Navy. And Smargiassi. That puck sent forward. Sambuco's going to go after it. And he'll get it. Does he have the angle? No, he does not. Rebound. There, the shot and the goal! Jimmy Jacobs again! And the Dragons have the lead! 5-4, Jimmy Jacobs all over this third period with 2 goals. So can Drexel hold on to this lead for 10 more minutes? This is Lippy. One sent forward. 9:30 left. Here come the midshipmen, but that pass is intercepted. That was Lozine there with a nice play. Navy gets it back. Lozine still in the forecheck there, nothing doing. Shot went wide. There's Woud. That puck cleared away. It is kept in there by Drexel. And it's iced. So it'll be a face-off in the Navy attacking half, or attacking zone, excuse me. That shot taken, glove save made. That's a good save by No Sereno. It's Tuchel on the shot. Here we go again with Drexel. They sent it forward. The whistle is blown. And a penalty is called. Going to the box is Tuchel. (5-4) Drexel lead, 8 minutes left. And now they're on the power play for the next 2 minutes. There's the pass, Sambuco. The shot, Kazitsky wide. Sambuco again wide. Now Kazitsky. Back to Jacobs. Back up top to Burkhan. Down low, Jacobs shot into the legs of the goaltender, Smargiassi. Jacobs tried to go 5-hole there, couldn't quite fit it in time. Here comes Drexel again. Shot taken by Harris wide. Minute left on the power play. Can Drexel take advantage, make it a 2-goal game? Kazitsky here. 7 minutes, just under 7 minutes left. Burkhan sending it forward. This is Jacobs. Navy now looking short-handed. Loud sent it wide. Again a shot, this time again wide. So here are the Dragons again with Burkhan. 16 seconds left on the power play. Can they get something? They turn it over. Sent all the way down. And that'll go for icing right as the power play wraps up. So a good penalty kill there when they desperately needed it. For the midshipmen. Surrett had his pocket picked there, and here comes Navy the other way. Good check there by Mudrick. It's Jason Fisher now. Fisher sent back behind the net. Intercepted though here, Navy. Great forecheck from them, but eventually cleared by the Dragons, and man did they need it. Puck on the ground, bodies on the ground. There's Tuchel. 5 minutes left in the game now. Goalie going to be pulled here. And a whistle blows just as they were pulling the goalie. It's a penalty on Drexel. It is, and that is the worst possible time for that. That's body going to the box. So Navy now on the power play, down a goal. Shot taken, deflected wide. They still pull the goalie to go up two. They're not as of yet. Pass towards the middle, good clearance by Drexel there. Really, really nicely done by Brady Doyle. Pass sent forward yet again. Still a battle for it, eventually controlled here. Nallhouse had that one deflected, but eventually circles all the way around to Bobby Cunningham. Here is Cunningham. Back up top, Nallhouse. Chesson to Nallhouse. Fisher. Puck deflected way up in the air and out of play. 56 seconds left on the power play. 3:46 left in the game. Navy still has control of it after the faceoff. Here they are with it. It's Josh Reed. Reed sent down low. Back to Reed it goes. This is Fernald. Back to Reed. Reed again with it. Penka now. Back to Reed. Up top, the shot, good pad save made there by Nocerino. Threat not over yet, though. That was Millinette on the shot. Here he is again. Millinette with 10 seconds left in the power play. Shot deflected. Can they clear it? No, they can't. It's still in there. Wallstrom now. Back towards the middle. The shot. Open rebound. Somehow doesn't find the net. Power play over. Another deflection on a shot towards goal. Goalie still in the crease for Navy. And it clears past the blue line. Huge moment there. What a penalty kill, but the threat's still not over. Now it is. Drexel coming the other way. Can Sambuco put it to bed? He can't. Harris can't get it either. 2:20 left. Lachlan. Deflected, taken away by Drexel. Pass down low, going after it is Jimmy Jacobs. 2 minutes remaining. Sambuco, can he keep it in? No, he can't. Now he'll just dump it in. And let's see if this is the time Navy uses to switch lines and get their goaltender off. Here they come the other way. It's Navy. Fisher had it. Now an open look, and he's taken away. Drexel. Now it's Surrett. Fires towards goal. It's saved. Navy coming again with another look. The shot goes just wide. That was Wallstrom. Back in. Another save made. That was wowed. Goaltender off. Extra man coming on for Navy. It all comes down to this. A minute left. Drexel has it. The net is open. Can they get it clear? They can. Can they get it towards the goal? They can! Latham Hutchinson seals the deal for Drexel. Hutchinson on the empty netter gives the Dragons a 6-4 lead. Can Navy muster up something in this last minute? As a whistle blows here. Quite sure why. But regardless, back they go to the face-off circle. Pass towards the middle, nothing doing. Here's Sambuco. Now Harris. Harris dumps it in. Jacobs now. Jacobs. Towards goal. It's just behind there with 20 seconds left. Here's Harris. He'll just pass it, dump it towards goal with 10 seconds left. 8, 7, 6. Navy coming forward. Can they get one last look at a consolation goal? They cannot. In a wild back and forth game, Drexel takes down Navy. And what a game it was. A scoreless first period. That was not the trend that continued. Multiple goals in each period gives Drexel the 6-4 win over the Midshipmen. Well, what an evening it was for Drexel. What a weekend it was for Drexel. They take both games over the Midshipmen. This one by a final score of 6-4. We thank you all for watching here. For our producer, Owen Coleman, our camera operator, Daniela Schneider. My name's Jack Suzannin, saying so long as Drexel takes down Navy 6-4, and you watched it on SFBN.